And sometimes we are very cruel to us. We feed for years and years and years without realizing that we are feeding the spirit of victim. Life owes us nothing, no. Life is always beautiful if we perceive it like this. If we are willing to throw our eyes to what remains, okay, we lose. And what can we do to recover even a little more than what we lose? Sometimes, in some situations that we think was loss, it was deliverance. It has become a joke at home, because everything I say is deliverance now. The business didn't go wrong. And because before I was very annoyed, with anything. So, sometimes gave me irritation of a flight that went wrong. Not today. I have been trying to replace the logic of what pissed me off for it. So okay, it wasn't because it wasn't supposed to go. So I will enjoy this moment that I have here and realize what this moment I can extract well. And when we start abandoning this spirit that is sometimes devilish, why is it devilish? Because it breaks the harmony within us. Diabolos, in Greek, is all that separates us. Everything that separates. Everything that breaks. So I often have devilish feelings. If I keep looking at my life and I find myself a poor little one who is a victim, poor thing of me, this self-pity, this is devilish. It's a feeling diabolical. I have more to roll up my sleeves and go after what I can do yet. And even recognize the part that fits me and what it doesn't work. Because sometimes it is a sequence of errors. It went wrong here, went wrong there. And I don't have the courage to start looking at the way I have done things. Sometimes it is a disharmony that precedes all other mistakes. A harmony with which I am often, a disharmony with which I am often used to, and I no longer realize her effects on me anymore. So a good way that we have to cure our behavior. What is often decisive in us? Our way of being. I need to heal my way of being. It is me realizing the beauty of life. Yes. Life is beautiful. Deliver me from victimism and go to the fight. Go to get the part that fits me. There is so much what to live, my people. Pass to the hospital, and you will see. When the person faces the limit, the disease is like this, right? It removes us all excesses. We look very really. Find a person who is living the indigence that the disease shows, and you will see a real human being. Because sometimes when we are very healthy, very full of opportunities, we hide, we pretend. Now, the disease does not. It starts all of us. Turtle everything, everything, everything. Everything that it may seem like a hiding place to us. Everything that can work as a hiding place. By the way, I have identified how, and the person lives the maturity, how they dispense with these lifelong hiding places, and how good it is to live with these people who are no longer in need of the hiding places, when they are, and only. Maturity does this to us. We will dispense with the hiding places that were once so fundamental for us to realize who we want to be. And then the very movement of time makes it beside us who really became interested in us and not in our peels. Because success is a shell. Sometimes the person approaches you because you know that you are a person who worked in your area. So it is good to appear by your side. It is good to take a picture with you. It is good to demonstrate to others that it is your intimate. That she is your friend. She is interested in the shell you have, which helps her have another shell. That can be interesting. Today we live at this time, right? Where we show so much. We show so much. Everyone has a social network where it shows a little. This can become a neurosis because you end up looking for people. Not to find them, in fact, but to feed your need to register and have material to publish later. So when we meet, and we have no need to publish what we live, it is because of fact we appreciate what we live. I am not saying that it is a problem to publish. I am saying that many times, in overpublication, We are hiding our need to instrumentalize the other. Just enjoy the bark that is the other. Then I was saying the success. Success is an example, but the money too. How many people approach others because of what they can materially offer them? What is also a nonsense, right? What may be the most comfortable situation in the world? I particularly can't stand if my soul wasn't feeling well. That wonderful bar. We'll spend a week there. God forbid. Of a wonderful boat with people we do not identify with them. What may seem like a paradise to me is hell. But we're going to make a beautiful trip. All for free, all paid. And what do I pay to be emotionally there? And there are people who are subject to IT. Spend the weekend there or here just to appear. Just to keep the shell that is yours and the others. And then the hollow of the heart happens naturally. We are getting hollow inside because life is so out, and so little in, so little inward. We will lose its inner joy. So overcoming all this to make life worthwhile, it requires a daily reflection, requires a daily exercise to identify where we in fact are exercising. You might think this is what I'm talking about is from me. No, I speak of myself too, of course. But I'm sure you, in different instances, lives the same conflict as I live. You also realize the social hollow, the anthropological hollow, right around you, or even in you, because this has been a feature of our times. We are increasingly empty. We are indisposed to the contents. We are very affectionate to brief speeches, and with that, we are causing a human damage. This social chaos, my people, is the result of a human damage that we are slowly living, without realizing that we are living, because we are increasingly impoverished from the human point of view, of even citizenship. Sometimes talking about Christianity, I need to recruit the values off the citizen. Even for me to understand what it is to be a Christian, I need to understand what it is to be a citizen, which is precisely to be aware of the logics of the city. What is being aware of the logic of the city? It is knowing that there is a common good, that I do not have the right to paint that wall because it is not mine. That house is not mine. How am I going to paint the wall that does not belong to me? The owner of that wall did not choose that graffiti. He didn't ask anyone to do. Then we go there, we feel the rights to buy our sprays and go out banging the house of others. Or is it a square that was made for all of us, and I use it as if it were made only for me? I break, I damage, I play trash on the floor, or because I realize that there is no policing. You see, we are talking about a human damage that we cannot even count anymore, because this is where we are getting poor, with the quality of the people. You know, when you realize that a child is getting delinquent, when you realize that an already young child, absent from rules, absent from learning that can put in it a natural morality, you know, an ethical impediment, so that it does not harm the other, so that she does not kill the other, so that she does not steal the other. Learn from a child. She questioned Alexander Garcia, right? What country are we building that gives us the right to break all social rules for a particular benefit, for a particular convenience? Because we are hollow? We are empty. We are silly. We are superficial. We are futile. And this futility, this superficiality has caused a terrible social damage. Increasingly, I have believed it. See, my people, because God's care often in my life is to close doors. Interesting, isn't it? How do we have difficulty understanding love at the moment something is denied to us? It is like this with our mother, with our father. When you ask her something, she says not to you. Maybe not now, but in other moments of your life, and you, because I didn't know how to understand why. I thought she didn't love you. It was deference, right? Only then, with the experience of time, of maturing, of being a father to, restrictions that were absolutely necessary, brought restrictions that were absolutely favorable to you. I keep thinking that knowing God's love in our life is precisely to be able to understand the no. Today I was listening to that old song. Remember the Gonzaguina? How is the tone, Christian? I think that's the same tone. Who called me? Who will want to go back to the nest, to discover their place there, the chorus, which is the part that I want. You will see that it is still the story has no end continues, whenever you respond, yes to your imagination. To your imagination. The art of smiling each inch the world says, no. Oh, it's too hard, isn't it? To smile when the world says no to us. Smile when you have to face the non-life, because it is not always that it happens as we want. People die ahead of time, right in our understanding. People go away ahead of time. We are never satisfied with what we live, with what we had. So how hard it is to deal with the no that life has given us. Oh. But I wanted it so much for me, Father. And I didn't have it. And then you find out the art of smiling even when the world says no. Gonzaguina knew things. It was already plunged into the sensitivity of the world, or knowing the truths that we are not always able to understand at first. Not as a place of love, my people. I understand God's care in my life. Yes, allowing myself. But also denying me a lot. It's not for you. It's not time. And you have to manage your life in your life. And yet you keep smiling. Not a silly smile. No. The one who is born of the deepest conviction that you did the right thing. This is the greatest comfort, my people, that we can experience in life. It's an existential comfort for you to know that you did the right thing. That you, despite having so many doubts at that time, was so difficult, to have been so heavy, that you have come to the conclusion that you made the right choice. The art of smiling each time the world says no. It is so beautiful when a human being stands at the need to be better, when the human being is facing the possibility of overcoming a limit he has. This is holiness already happening in us, because sometimes we think holiness is already a definitive state. No. We need to understand that holiness is procedural. She slows down in our lives. And when I decide to be better, holiness is already taking over me. It is not when I will be better than I will be holy. No. In the very desire to be holy, in commitment, in that effort that we make, there we are already savoring the holiness. God knows the limits we have. God knows our sins. But we cannot understand that this limit, this sin, it is a definitive hindrance to holiness. No, it is the lack of will that is the great obstacle to holiness. Because as we fall, the heart that is truly immersed in the mystery of holiness, it does not accept to be fallen. He wants to improve. When we realize that we hurt someone, the first movement of us, who is living honestly the process of wanting to be better, is we look, sorry. Forgive me. I didn't want to do it. Or at that moment, I didn't realize I was hurting. I didn't realize that I was hurting. This is what makes the world better, actually. We decrease the power of violence. Sometimes we are beaten, and there is no other way. A person may assault you the moment you say something from you unfairly, but you can take revenge on it. But I don't know if revenge is a beautiful way to correct the world. I don't know if the moment you take revenge on the one who made some injustice against you, you are actually creating a context of injustice. And the beautiful of life is